Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Chainhawk Open 11 presented by Dynamic Discs. Time to get squirrely. We're heading into the front nine here at the Northside Park Championship Sunday. That guy, one of your co-leaders, Double G, Garrett Gurthie, a two-time winner of this event in the past 10 years. On the local playground getting into the action. Double G, nice safe drive, good distance. He's all knotted up with this guy, Jared Stoll. Jared had the hot opening round of the tournament on this very course and layout back 2 days ago. That was a 9 under, unofficially rated 1037. Nicholas Masters comes in at 14 under, just one off the pace of our co-leaders. And AJ Carey had one of the hotter rounds yesterday at the Jonesville course. He shot 8 under and catapulted himself onto this lead card. We're ready to go. Nick Masters is going to be out. Oh, and that's going to be out of bounds. Nick pulls it right. Doesn't give it enough space to get back or enough juice on it. And after some searching,
you guys go with that.
Looks like we found AJ Carey's skip up into the trees here.
Yeah, that was good. All right. Got to get your confidence. Confirm. All right. Let's...
Okay. Thought he was waiting for a sculpture. Maybe a monument to happen there.
Good enough.
And he calls that good enough. That's going to be short, but he'll have a look for birdie. Jared, AJ, and Double G all within 10 or 15 feet of one another. You can see how much better Jared and Double G's lie is, though. Should be an easy tap in. Double G. Little flick of the wrist with the Sonic. That's a lot of trust. We know how understable those can be. Just puts it up. Lets it fade to the pin. So now this is Nicholas with a long look at trying to save a par. And that's going to come up short. So immediately going to fall off the pace from a couple of the guys at least. Here's AJ for a birdie look. I'm not sure that's legal. I feel like he exhaled really firmly when he released, and that might have pushed it forward. You guys let me know in the comments. I'm sure you can blow the disc forward. So Nicholas with the bogey, the other three picking up birdies. And they're going to head over to the tee of 2. I get a little creative here. I'm going to give you guys a couple of catch cam angles throughout this round. That just gets up and turns too hard to the right. That's very unstable. We've seen Double G throw that quite a few times. And he's going to be right of the pin outside of circle 1. Somewhat obstructed. Jared, on the other hand, perfect touch. Hole 2 comes in as one of the easiest. I was thinking it must, and the stats back that up. Second easiest hole on the course. Even better shot there by AJ Carey. .65% of the field ultimately birdied this hole. Double G had a similar distance in round 1 and wasn't able to convert, and today misses it again. firm but too high for Masters. So he's going to settle for a par. And it feels like I'm on repeat, but the last 3 days now, Friday, Saturday, and now Sunday, no wind to speak of at all on this course. At most, you maybe get a light 3 to 5 mile per hour wind that picks up for a moment, but far and few between. So nearly dead calm out here. Quite overcast today. Looks like there's a threat of rain, but so far just providing plenty of shade. And we're going to head over to hole 3. Hole 3 essentially requires a dead straight shot if you're throwing a forehand and then letting it skip up and to the right. Well, okay. Exactly like that. That was a little more of a direct route for Jared, but it works out. He's less than 10 feet behind the basket. AJ's going to try and flip something up and over, but it turns too quickly. So he'll have an obstructed putt from 35, 40 feet. I'll go ahead and say it's almost impossible to not have an obstructed putt on this hole. Unless you essentially land where I'm standing, every other putt will have some obstruction, and that's a great forward kick for Double G. And that goes just past me. And somewhat open putt from inside 40. Good solid bid there for AJ, but off the front of the basket. Hole 3 averaged 2.65 on the day. Not too many bogeys to speak of. Oh, wow. Right side. Just dropping it in for Double G. That'll put him to 2 under on the round. Jared, however, has an answer just as he did yesterday to get started. He is starting out with another turkey, 3 for 3. Outright leader at the moment. And as I mentioned, although not a lot of obstruction out here, we see some that's precariously placed. Thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and subscribers. Patreon.com/thediscgolfguy. You can support at any level. You can even cap it per month, so you don't give me too much money. I don't want that. Just what you're comfortable with. And that's hung out to the left side and doesn't fight back. Then he actually needs to push considerably to the right. He's got the power and the distance for it. Double G, who cut this off short in the opening round, is going to hang it much wider. And you see it will ultimately drift all the way up next to the pin. Just a nice Sky Annie at 400 feet. It's going to leave him long range, but still look at it. And so delicate to just draw up the stability correctly on this hole. You're looking for it to bend left to right the entire way, but of course you don't want to overturn it, possibly bring the OB into play. And if you underturn it, you're going to find yourself way off on near hole 5's fairway, We saw a few of those in round 1. Nick is way out there. Oh, but way in. What a putt from downtown. He's going to need a plane ticket from way over there. What is he doing? Got to go through TSA. All right, through security, no problem. AJ out in the 45-ish range. Feels like half the distance from where Nick was. Oh, but he jams it in. Solid putt. These guys are turning it on. Hole 4. Hole 4 is not nearly as easy as these guys are making it look at the moment. It averaged over par on the day. This is Jared to save his par, and that is sliding out the right side. So no favors here for Jared. His birdie streak's going to come to an end in the worst way. Double G, however, parked. Oh, and just the tap in. So 3 birdies on this card. I'm going to go ahead and say you guys probably have never seen that on coverage before, to see 3 birdies on hole number 4 in a single card. Fortunately for Jared, that's going to lose 2 to everyone else on the card. Double G, hole 5. Tight tunnel shot. And he gets that one to flip up just too much. He'll have a look, but it will be obstructed. AJ also will have a look, and also it will be obstructed. This is the single most protected basket on the entire course. This green is just very tight. Oh, I'm going to get a kick off one tree on the right side, slide off the left side tree. That's just a comet, which I think is what we saw 2 days ago out of Fish. Jared hitting that right side tree, and now this is even worse than it really probably looks. Oh, well, now he's just spanking trees out there. That's not really nice. This is going to be a blind forehand where he perfectly hits the gap. Heads up for our cameraman, Vinny. Takes some of the best photos in Florida. Thankfully, he was not anywhere in the way. You see his white one right in front of us. That's where Jared is. And a great putt. Nick Masters. Last 2 holes. Getting the putter hot. See if AJ can also follow up with after the great putt on 4. This is framed up almost perfectly for him. He's quite perplexed as to how he missed that one right. And now Double G didn't have a line off to the right side. Double checking his footing is good. Now has to go with a little Annie pitch at it. Double G. The Sonic would have went in. Come on. And so now you're seeing just how congested hole 5's green really is. Feels like no matter where you are, you're going to have to be putting around a tree. So Jared now with back-to-back bogeys. We saw him right there on pace with Double G a few holes ago. G's going to put in for the par. I'm going to head back across the bridge over to hole 6. Hole 5 played at an even 3. 18% bogeys, 18% birdies. The rest were pars. And not often do I see a forehand off the tee here of 6. I love the play if you've got the distance. I know Nick does. But it's just not a common approach to it. And Double G, similar landing spot where he was in round 1, making an adjustment. AJ keeping it low. Will he get the skip? Yeah, not much of one. And Jared certainly has the power to attack this. Unfortunately, though, that is off on the left side. And I'll go ahead and say I've never seen anyone in this set of trees or branches before. And then as he comes through, it looks like it's not a clean release, and that is brutal. Feels like things are unraveling quickly here for Jared. Good bid. Gave it a chance. He certainly didn't come up short on it. Nick connects. If he were playing a game, would it be connect 4 instead of connect 4? I don't know. There's a reason I'm no good at chess. Not much of a thinker, as Double G puts that one in. So 3 consecutive bogeys for Jared, and that's going to erase the 3 birdies that he opened with. He's back to the 15 where he started the day, and significantly off the pace here as we're seeing everyone else get past him here on this lead card. Head over to 7, just 277 feet, third easiest hole on the course. What feels like a must-get birdie. Again, 53% of the field would ultimately birdie this hole. Park job by Double G in round 1. Same disc, similar angle. Well, similar result. Double G looking parked on 7. Good forward progress. What felt like throwing directly into those trees. He actually got quite a bit of carry. I didn't even try that either. Quite a bit of AJ carry. Hey-oh. As that one's wide. We'll see if Jared can get something going. And while we look at Jared with this long putt, that's my question for you guys. I need it in the comments. Your favorite board game. That's what I need to know. What's your favorite board game? Put it in the comments. If you're playing Monopoly Go, I guess that counts as well. That's a card game based on the board game. AJ Carey's deep in circle 2. Pretty favorable look after connecting with the trees. Oh, yeah, count it. That's a valid bingo. All day long. AJ Carey's got the putter going. Jared will walk away with a par. And you can see now why 53% of the entire field ultimately birdied. Average 2.5 on the day, and we have 3 birdies here on this card. Jared being left behind on it. Double G to 20 under. We got to keep an eye on the chase card where Gavin Rathbun also sits. And at this point, I decided to go to the catch because you can never see where things land on 8. And I was thinking this might be my biggest mistake of the weekend with the camera. I was going to the catch here on 8. I'm not quite in position. But wait. Oh, yeah, the poor decision pays off. Double G is going to park it on 8. The single greatest tee shot I've ever seen on 8. Double G on the wood chips. Can AJ follow it up? That one cuts too early, and he's going to be off to the right side, but an open look at the pin at least. I feel like 9 out of every 10 rollers hit a tree on this hole. And yet, 4 relatively clean shots here during this round. So nice work by the lead card. This feels like a bonus birdie at 428, that's for sure. Double G's under the basket. AJ Carey from way deep has a look.
Oh, come on.
Renew that guy's passport. What is he doing? From way out. What a putt by AJ Carey. Wow, and Nick Masters has some distance. Can he convert again from long range? He doesn't. Let's see if Jared can get on track, and he doesn't. So if you guys are thinking about getting into the All-American putt-off, which is something I just made up, don't do so with AJ Carey, at least not at this point. His putter seems to be on. And that tap in, and Double G's going to approach the chips. The easy birdie for Double G goes to 21 under. As we're back up near tournament headquarters, so many great people along with a bunch of vendors. Man, if you pick up a new disc, you should probably ship it in my disc in a box. What a plug there. Oh, a late tree for Double G, but if you get at least halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way down this fairway, you're usually going to be pretty happy. This, like hole 8, feels like you always find a tree. No matter how good the shot is, you'll find a tree somewhere. Or a couple of double trees there. Double Tree Hotels, not a sponsor of my coverage. However, they could reach out.
Easy backhand.
Jared sitting at even. See him 6 back at the moment of Double G. That's just sick. If it stays tree free, it does. Unbelievable forehand out of Jared. That's going to leave him inside 20 feet. That stables up for Nick, and it's going to be a little bit short. Can AJ keep it rolling? Psst. Washed up. Double G has to get creative here. Oh, and off the front of the basket. Sonic almost dunking in. And the awkward stance for Nick is likely going to result in the bogey. Jared's drive lands 22 short. And a putt of that nature, I would have bet a house on Jared's house, but I would have bet a house on it that he was going to convert, and it's just not going well for him. That would have been a huge bonus birdie. 4th most difficult hole on the day. But he doesn't convert, and Nick then doinks it off the front and then punished with a terrible kick. If you're sitting at home thinking, man, hole 9 sucks, well, I think these guys are thinking the same. Four birdies on the day on hole 9 only. Nice work by those guys. Again, I need to know your favorite board game. Put it in the comments, like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. That'll make you eligible to win some action on shop.thediscgolfguy.com. And we take a look. Gavin Rathbun also had a hot front 9. Him and AJ Carey are trying to keep up with Double G. We'll see you in the back before we crown our Chain Hawk Open champion. Bye.